He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Meenakshi Mishra.
Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnavapurnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Aham Brahmasmi. May the words that flow, may the talks that appear today, may those become the guiding force of life, and may those become the guidelines of your life. And more than that, may you not only experience the truth behind what all has been written, but may it also assure you that the divine walks along with you. And before I start this session today, just a moment ago, when I was thinking like just to start the session away, a few things from the Kailash Yatra again popped up, which I was talking to Haribhai last night. And it felt like You should start with this. Might be a very simple thing or a very crucial thing. It depends on how you listen to that. I still remember few instances that I would like to share. So I was on the horse and just traveling, and their roads at times were very steep and very difficult to even walk through. Means even the horse would find it difficult to walk in that terrain. Certain places where because of heavy rain the roads were blocked and roads were broken kind of thing. Those are especially the places where you really think whether I should be on the horse or I should walk. But in that moment, I saw something, and I think like that's something that is worth talking, worth sharing with. I might have told you like there was a old lady like who was carrying the horse, like she was the owner of that horse, and she was carrying along, and I smilingly and many times said I was thinking like whether I should get down and ask her to sit on the horse. So that was the condition kind of thing. But during that moment, like when the horse was really stumbling down, I could see this lady. She had a woolen, what do you say, muffler kind of thing that she has just put on her head. That was red in color. And suddenly, when the horse was dwindling, and I was thinking whether I should get down or not. Suddenly, when I look at her, I don't see the red color anymore. All that I could see was like it's hard to believe, right? I was able to see like there was jatas. It was not that red cloth anymore. I could see like suddenly I don't see that lady anymore who is holding the horse. Rather, I was seeing somebody. I said, how come this changed? In broad daylight with your eyes open. And especially when you are fearful, you don't go to sleep anyways. You don't dream. With the open eyes, when you look at that and you suddenly see there are not that red cloth has vanished somewhere and you see the deadlocks and a strong person holding your horse, what would you do? It's just like, okay, so now I was not even holding the horse, I left the hand. I said, let go. And just the moment it crossed the other side, it turns around and looks at you and smiles, as if asking, Kya hua? What happened? So, in that moment, I was able to see that you are not only in his land, you are in his hands. It's not just that it is in his lands, he is actually holding you and getting along. And that assurance was like more than convincing and more than true to me in that moment. And I just sat on the horse like as if I was just walking. It happened at least 2 or 3 times where this image completely changed. The person in front of me completely changed. And generally, what would you do when suddenly a lady turns into somebody with jata, jut, and all that? Like, might be you think of like folding your hands or saying something or something. No, I was just laughing and I was smiling. It turned towards me, it was looking at me, assuring, like, okay, are you okay? And I was smiling back, yeah, when you are there, what else? There was not even a feeling to go down and just hold her. Or, yeah, there was a feeling like you just get down and just like hold her tightly and say, Acha, so tu yahan pe bhi aa gaya. So you are walking in this way also. Okay. But then the most funniest thing happened. After some time, they keep on going, and uh, behind me, Simi's horse was there. Exactly, just it was just behind me. She might have noticed the same thing. What I saw is there was a group of monks coming from the other side. The Tibetan monks, hote na, like they were wearing that saffron, uh, uh, what you say, clothing, or that was a group of people. Like there was a main leader of them, and there were his students, might because they were following them, and he was telling them something and sharing them with them. So I could see them, like, because the land was quite length, like you can see at least a kilometer or two away. That the visibility was there. And suddenly, what you see is you are sitting on the horse, you are going, and those group of monks, the master of them, stops everyone. And he stops everyone and looks at me now. I'm on the horse, so he's standing on the ground, like a little bit, like 10 feet or 12 feet away. He stopped, and he stopped everybody. He said, "Stop." And he suddenly just looking at me, and I said, "Okay, so why is he looking at me now?" The next thing that he did, like he just folded his hand and bowed down. Now, when that group of people are standing there and suddenly they are uh, folding their hands and bowing down, what would you do when you are sitting on a horse? I also just said, okay. So I bowed down. But the thing is, he did not move until I crossed him and he was still looking at me. So I went through and he's just looking at me, he's just folding his hand as if he has seen something else rather than just a person traveling on that horse. What would happen to you in that moment? The only thing I could understand is I said, अच्छा, अब वहां था, अब यहाँ है. Some moment ago, you were there holding the horse. Now you are sitting on the horse. And that's why that person was stuck seeing somebody like. So you are not only in this land, you are in me also. So when you see everything unfolding in such a way, how could you deny that it is still walking along with you every moment? I could not. But then there was some scary things that happened. Scary not for me, might be for you. The first day when we completed that first day parikrama, and we were staying. So it was raining and again going off, raining and going off. Then there is a particular place just behind the stay that we were there. There is a small little mountain from which Kailas is seen very clearly. I have shared photos with you as well. So there was this doctor and me. So both we went, like she wanted to take some pictures. So we went. Uh, we climbed half of it, and then she clicked some photos, and then she had some video calls to do. So she came down, and I climbed up. I was there, like it's raining, I'm still there. One thing that happened is when I'm standing at the edge of that mountain kind of thing, means jahan se slope down hai. You're standing there, and in front of you, what you see is the Mount Kailash. Now, listen to this very carefully. Don't take it in any other way. The moment I'm looking at this, I don't know what happened. You know, the clouds come and it feels like it is all mist. मतलब धुआं धुआं हो जाता है ना जैसे. And in that moment, I was thinking like jumping from that mountain. with no other thoughts, with not even suicidal what people think of. No, it was not that. It was such a assurance in that moment that if I jump, there is someone to hold. It was more than convincing. And in that moment, I denied the divine. So when I denied, that's why I keep on saying, no, going there is easy for me, coming back is difficult. When I denied that, okay, so I'm not going to do that anyways because I have other responsibilities. People are waiting out there for me. That very moment, I'm looking at the Mount Kailash and I could see a door opening. A door opening, like as if it says, like, you are home, come back. And then somebody comes out of that. As you may, most welcome. Who would you see like opening the door and standing? And I could see it was not alone, it was with few others. And I denied that also. That very moment when now I was talking about that, I realized that I denied the divine for the humans. But I will make sure this denial becomes the greatest grace that has ever been sent out. How can I be selfish to go back? I still, when I'm saying this to you, I still see the door open. I still see them standing there saying, okay. And every moment I continue denying it. And don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. May my words bring solace to you. Many a times situations come and you feel alone, just like that horse dwindling down, and you are so desperate in that moment, you don't know what to do. You are trying to pull the whatever you could hold, you are trying to hold that. But in those moments, might be you just see once like who is holding it. I don't know whether I did the right thing or not, but I know I did the right thing. Because I know, like, you are part of this journey and you will make it worth. Come what tests come what thoughts come what, however you feel, whatever you think of me. I can assure you one thing, that I don't know how to put it, but I can simply say this, that I denied him for you. But I could see his smile on his face. I say like more than happy that I denied. And I still see him standing there with the doors open with assurance that don't worry. Most welcome anytime. As I said, no, like, how does it even matter? Why should I even be sharing all these things? No, it matters. You know why? Because this is assurance to you. Again, as I said, I didn't came back for myself, I came back for you. And I know you will not let this life go like this. How easy it would have been, na? Like just disappearing into that. But I chose not to. So learn fast and all those clouds of doubts and darkness, no, push it away. Because that's few more experiences of Kailash. May you also see his hands in your life. May you also see that door in your life. May you also see that it is standing in front and is just ready to welcome you. Say, okay, come on. बहुत घूम लिया अब वापस. So much of pain, so much of problems, so much of stress. Is it assuring enough? Or still you have questions? I didn't told this to make you cry. I said this so that you be assured that it is still listening to you, still with you, still assuring that don't worry. Life is something that goes on. Are you losing yourself in it? Don't lose yourself. And more than that, don't deny your own self that this time your liberation is available, possible, and will happen. Please close your eyes. I just want you to thank the divine that keeps on speaking through this, bringing in that assurance again and again. I don't even know like how even if I can talk all this or not. And you can tell a million stories, but a word of truth is something that cannot be denied. And may this truth be your guiding force. Shall we begin? Uh, One way, sorry, because I did not want to bring it out, but I could not keep within. I thought that I will never talk about this. Then I thought I will be doing injustice in keeping him to me only. Har Har Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev. Like those terrains are like the terrains of life, and in every moment you see its presence. At times it carries you, and at times it becomes you. And that stands so true in every speck of that space. And just a day ago, like Pradeep was traveling with me and he asked me, so how does it feel after returning? I laughed and said, मैं वापस आया ही नहीं. Then he said, then why do you say so that you have not come back? Because you only told that you returned back. I said, yeah, because in every thing that I'm still seeing, I still see a filter of that. The first thing that I see is the door open, and then I see your face. Rather, how I feel? मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मानो जैसे मैं अभी घर के अंदर खड़ा हूं और दरवाजे के बाहर आप. It feels that way. That's why whenever I see that door and then I see your face or you, I feel like, अच्छा, so ये भी यहाँ तक पहुंच चुके. So they have also traveled this far. The only thing is might be a few more steps. One plunge, one jump, one transcendence, and you're there. So राजन जी, क्या कहेंगे इस बातों को? कि when you experience all these things and you live in that way, your life absolutely becomes you are no more in the land, right? बस हाँ, वो एक ही चीज याद रह गया था कि लाइक whom does the cloud belong to? वो बादल किसका है? धरती का ना आसमान का? ना whether the cloud belongs to the earth or to the sky. But someday the cloud who has transcended this earth might be and has gone beyond this pull of gravity and suddenly realizes that something is holding it up above. Yet one day it decides to fall back to the earth. Why does it want to fall back onto the earth? It does not just want to fall down onto the earth as water. This time it is falling as rain. Might be with carrying with itself the purest form of elements that it could carry, so that when it falls, it does not falls and disappears. This time it quenches someone's thirst. This time it takes care of that earth. This time it takes care of those life that is growing here. So might be that was the space. That was the feeling, like when I was asking this question was to my own self. So whom do you belong to? You might fall back and disappear, but the assurance is enough. सुधा जी, सोचने के लिए तब मजबूर होता अगर दरवाजा बंद हो गया होता तो. If the doors were closed, then I would have been thinking another way. But I still see the door is quite wide open and they're still standing there. Not with worry, not with anything else, but still with a big smile on their face. Okay, whatever you've chosen, the door is still open for you. So ये है कैलाश और ऐसा है शिव. You don't go to him. He pulls you to his home. And as I said, you are not only walking in his lands, you are absolutely in his hands and he is carrying you. हर हर महादेव. सो चले अब कैलाश की यात्रा के बाद नरक की तरफ चले. Now, yesterday Hari Bhai was saying like, hey, how many more parts? मैं बोला पुराण है, एक कहानी थोड़े ही ना है. Rather we are still fast. So Hari Bhai was like, how many points are there? I said 21. बोला कितने कवर हुए? मैं बोला 4. So, can I ask one question? Can you see the door? See, the door does not just opens in front of your eyes, the door opens within you. And that's what I'm asking. Is the door open? The answer should come from within. I'm not going to give you an answer. You don't even have to think on that. The moment you think whether the door is open or not, you will realize that, okay, the door is open or not. Is it? So I don't know, like people are not saying anything. I think they want to keep their door to themselves only so that nobody else enters. Ah. So what do I take of this smile? Door is open or closed? तो कभी कभी लगता है दरवाजे के तो सामने है लेकिन दरवाजा खुला नहीं है, बंद है. The best thing, you know what you do when the door is closed? Knock. And you know what we learn in our satsang? You knock, and if it does not open, still knock it down. Absolutely, it's your home, so why should not you? Okay, so let's take a detour. Let's go back to some other place, come back to the heaven on earth kind of thing. Okay, so please close your eyes. Let's get back to a space where we learn, where we prepare ourselves for this journey, because this journey is more beautiful than that destination itself. So just in your heart, in your core, just check if you are silent right now or not. Whether you are peaceful with your own self. Is the assurance enough? Your breath should give you the answer. And more than that, despite all the chaos, are you content in this moment? I don't think that could be a better meditation. I don't think that could be a better satsang way. Rather, when you feel at home, so I would say in this way, Aliva ji, कि नरक जिसको जाना है जाने दो, हमें स्वर्ग का द्वार मिल गया है. Let whoever want to go, whatever hell they want to go, let them go to hell. We have found our doorways to our own heavens. Oh, wrong. I did not find a doorway to heaven. I found a doorway to my home. और इसीलिए कहते हैं ना भाजी, स्वर्ग से सुंदर घर, मतलब better than the heaven itself. Okay, so here we begin. Now just you cannot move out anyways. You can I also cannot help you in that space. I can take you to that space, but I cannot move you from that space. I don't want you to move from that space actually. कितने जन्म, कितने कल्प और कितने युग और कितने योनियों के बाद आज आप आके ऐसे स्थान पे बैठे हो जहां पे एटलीस्ट यू हैव ए ग्लिम्स ऑफ द डोर नाउ. How many would get this chance is the question. And if you have got it, walk through it. And remember this, I denied the divine for you, but never deny the divine for me. You should never deny him. So here begins the sixth in the categorization of the hells that are discussed in the Garuda Purana. The sixth hell is known as the Vajrakantaka. Vajrakantaka, like if you understand the word in Sanskrit, it is Vajra and Kantaka. Vajra means what? The thunder. Kantaka is like thorn. So Vajrakantaka Salmili जिसे कहते हैं, it's like a tree that is filled with thorns and it is like thunder current in it. What a wonderful व्यवस्था कर रखा है सबके लिए, नहीं? कभी कभी ये सोचते like what a beautiful design it must have created, like a tree with current and with thorns. And then what they do? They throw you onto that. And I feel like seeing in some movies when they touch live wire current and they start shaking like that. That's how you might be feeling, might be when you are thrown onto that. So it says that those who have broken the sacredness of relationships and lost themselves in lust were thrown onto a tree of lightning sharp thorns. ऐसे पेड़ के ऊपर फेंक दिए जाएंगे. And when they are thrown on that, what would happen? Like, as you know, the Atman is something that will not die. So it goes on through that pain cycle again and again. So this is what is the very basic understanding that people come through. But let's understand like what it is actually trying to teach us. So it is speaking about like even in our own lives, when we are lost and we are completely hijacked by the desires and the lust of life, it actually shades our soul in so much of darkness that it again loses its luster and its reality also, because it is now covered with all those things. And once this mind gets into that, it keeps you restless. It's like keeps you addicted to that. But it will leave you absolutely empty after every indulgence that happens. It will be never be satisfying. It's like each thorn on that tree is kind of a moment of realization that the pleasures that I was seeking always fades away. It just disappears. So let me tell you it in a small little story way. So there was this village and a very old city and a story from a very old time. In that, we can call it as an ancient city kind of thing. So in this city, there lived a man named Sorin. Now, when I speak of Sorin, many of the people go back and say, oh, Lord of Rings, there was one person named with that Sorin. And I said, still, I don't know, but his name was Sorin. And he was very successful. Outwardly, when people used to look at him, he was very, very successful in his life. Pretty wealthy, and even people admired because he was so full of charm. Uh, and when he was so filled with charm, people always used to be around him. He was wealthy, rich, admired by people because of the way he was. He looked so amazing and all those things. Then, but within himself, inwardly, his desires were like very dangerous ones. Because for him, no relationships mattered. All that he was trying to get was like pleasures and experiences and pleasures and experiences and pleasures and experiences. He used to play with the emotions of people, especially the ones who trusted him. And he would literally tear their hearts apart because he did not care about anything else but his own happiness and own pleasure. So this is how his life went off, but it does not goes on forever. And as we all know, death is the truth, and we still deny that. And when his time on this earth was completed and it was coming to end, and it ended actually, he left this. Sorin found himself on that Vajrakantaka, on that tree of Salmali. The thorn of lust were starting to prick him because he realized that this was no ordinary tree. It was a massive tree with glowing red as if there was fire running behind it and fire running within it. And its branches were huge, stretched across endlessly. And as I said, like covered with all the thorns that were like lightning, bijli ki bhati the. And what he could see, like there were demonic kind of beings that were rotating around that tree and above the tree. And what in that moment he felt was like, he felt as if he was being pierced, although he did not had a physical body, but that feeling was as if something was piercing through his flesh and bone, tearing him apart again and again. But the true torture was not the wounds. The true torture was the mirror of his own memory, because now his memories were coming up and he could see like what it has done. So each thorn that pierced him reminded him, or rather become a reflection of how he has treated people in his entire life and how he has hurt people and how he has broken the trust and how he has broken the relationships. He could now feel their pain just multiplied, might be 1,000 times, might be 1,000,000 times more. And as usual, in the beginning, he started screaming, "Why me? Why this to me? Why? And it started begging that, okay, go, please let me go, let me go. But the tree did not. The tree was holding him tight this time. Rather, the tree this time said, lust is like a fire without direction, and it burns and destroys. Can you see now that every thorn that you see in me as the tree, it is rather your own pain, your own things that are coming up in front of you now because of the sacredness that you have violated and every betrayal that you have created. And then slowly, Sorin, by listening through that and going through this, he began to see the truth. And among this torment that he was going through uh, in this situation of endless thorns that were pricking him, a shift happened. You know, at times the shift does not happen at the easiest of the moments. The shift happens amidst of torment, amidst of issues. It's just like this. Have you ever seen what do you say, a nightmare? So what happens in a nightmare? So when you are sleeping in the nightmare, you see like something horrible is happening to you. Up until when? And suddenly it becomes so unbearable that you wake up and you just sit. You make a sound and you just sit back. आपने देखा होगा ना बच्चों को करते हुए, like small little kids, and by your side you said, don't worry, just a dream, just a dream. But can you see, the dream was so horrifying that you could not sleep. You just woke up, जाग जाते हो. What did you learn? That at times in life, when the torment happens in such a way, that is also becomes a moment of awakening. Shift हो जाता है. The entire shift in your thought process happens. Just like the horse was dwindling, you remember? And in that moment, I could see somebody else taking care of it. So similarly, when you are going through certain things in your life, might be that shift happen, might be you see something, might be you hear something, might be you experience something, and you awake. And that's how these shifts happen. That's why these are called as shifts. Everything changes. So in that moment, something shifted within Sorin as well. And uh, he could see that if it was all his desires that has brought him here, if he could let go of all his desires. You remember, Aditi ji, last time you were asking a question like, is it even possible कि क्या वो कोई साधना करता है? क्या वो कुछ ऐसा कार्य करता है जब जब एक आत्मा जाता है? And when it is traveling through that, even the space of that hell, does it do any sadhana? Is there a possibility of awakening? Yes, absolutely. That's what I was saying. Even through pain, at times you awake. So this was his moment of awakening. कुछ तो अच्छा किया होगा, might be somebody's grace, might be. So this time when he realized that his desire was never meant to be a weapon, rather his desire was like a bridge. Rather than breaking it apart, he would have used this to unite the souls. He could have used to create life. He could have taken this opportunity to learn loving someone so deeply. And when all these things start happening within you, the tree no more remained the one who was punishing it, but rather the tree become a teacher to him. Every situation in our life, see, don't we feel like we are also in the same? Because at times we look at our own selves and we look at our situation and we say, okay, कुछ तो किया होगा मैंने. Some karma of mine is coming back and this is hitting me in this way. My dear divine souls, always remember one thing. You are still the Atman, covered with that dust of thinking yourself to be uh, that the one who has done all these things. So what you should do in that moment? In that moment, look at life, what it is trying to teach you. What is the message that is giving? And in that moment, detach yourself for a moment. And that moment of detachment will make you so close to the divine that you will absolutely see his hands along with you. And let him take care of the things ना. देखो, संसार किसने बनाया? उसने बनाया ना. Who created the world? It created the world. Who created all of us? It created all of us. Who created all these emotions and situations? उसने बनाया. तो फिर आप बीच में क्यों नाच रहे हो? Why are you dancing in between? जिसने बनाया वो देखे. So at times वो कहते हैं ना, लाइक कल्याण जी, लाइक गिव अवे एवरीथिंग, वो सब छोड़ दो. कभी कभी आसान नहीं होता, स्पेशली सिचुएशंस जब टफ होते हैं ना, लेकिन तभी दिखाई देता है कि आपके हाथ में कुछ नहीं है. चलो एक प्रैक्टिकल टेस्ट करते हैं. आर यू ब्रीदिंग? नहीं, आप बोलोगे यस. नो, यू आर नॉट ब्रीदिंग. समबडी सेंडिंग दैट टू यू. जिस दिन रोक देगा उस दिन आप भी रुक जाओगे. True or not? So are you breathing? No, I'm not breathing. Somebody is sending that breath to me and it's going in and out. Because it was, if it was my choosing to breathe, I should not die ever, right? तो इसका मतलब क्या है? जीवन जो चल रहा है सांसों से, वो मेरे हाथ में नहीं है. The breath is not in my hands. The second thing that runs my life is my thoughts. Is that in your hands? Do you know what your thought is going to be, the next thought that is coming to you? You don't know that. So that means the two major aspects of your life is, one is breath that is keeping you alive. The second is the thought that is making your life go, because the stories that run here, that's how I see my life. Yes or no? So if this is the thing, these are the two major things in my life, the breath and my thoughts, and both are not in my control. What is my control? क्या है मेरे कंट्रोल में? नहीं है ना? तो क्यों नाच रहे हो? Then you would say, okay, but shall I not do anything? Yeah, you should do whatever you can. But knowing that it is somebody else who is breathing in you, then you will not see a human, not see someone as you, but you see it is the play of the divine that is happening within you and it wants to continue the drama. That's why the breath is running towards you. आपका जीवन उसका लीला स्थल है. If you could just realize this in a moment, that your life has become like a playground to it. And I believe like Alivaji shared a small little video from Kashi. So there is this old sage or saint, like he is sitting and he's talking, like he's just saying something. He says, शिव राम के नाम का भूखा है. Shiva is hungry of Ram's name. और जब कोई कंधों पे वो लाश लेके सीढ़ियों से उतरता है और राम नाम सत्य है कहते हुए, तो ये स्मशान में शिव नाच उठता है उसका नाम सुन के. So when somebody is carrying the dead body and they're saying Ram Nam Satya, hey, Shiva is hungry for the name of Ram. And when he listens to the name of Ram, he starts dancing in that cremation ground. वो मस्त होके नाचता है because he forgets everything and he dances while listening to that. And when he is just dancing in the ecstasy of that name, then all these people put that body on the pyre and burn it. And it is still intoxicated in that name of Ram and it's still dancing. And suddenly it sees that everything has burnt down. And all that is left out is the ashes. और उस समय वो अपने दो हाथों से उस राख को उठाता है और अपने ऊपर लगा लेता है. And in that moment, he takes all the ashes in both his hands and just pours on himself. So similarly, if you are looking at life and you see all these things, just like the space of Kashi, and you see that everything is just burning down, or everywhere you hear that cry, everywhere you feel that fear, everywhere you see. But the one who has not understood Shiva will fear. The one who has not understood it will have that pain. क्योंकि शिव और काली ये दोनों ऐसे हैं जो स्मशान में नाचते हैं. They dance beyond death. And when I look at Kailash and it's always cladded with that snow, I feel like सच में ये बर्फ है या राख ओढ़ रखा है इसने? Is it really that? Uh, because snow should melt away, but nobody has seen ever that space that कैलाश के ऊपर बर्फ ना हो, ऐसा हो नहीं सकता. And I was asking, कौन सजाता है तुझे रोज? Who decorates you with this bhasma every single day? And the only sound I could hear in that moment was Ram. What a beautiful relationship they have, right? ये इसके नाम पे नाचता है और वो उसके नाम पे चलता है. So this, as I said, like this simple spaces could be a moment of realization and awakening. And when you awake to your pain, you awake to your situations, you will realize that it is not pain, it is not actually there to punish you. It has become a teacher for you, might be. And once you find that this is actually the teacher for me, in those moments, you will see that that gruesome pain that you had, you will realize that it was only because of the ignorance that you were carrying within you. And such thing happened to this soul, Sorin. And he, now in that space, he understood that relationships and the bridge that he could not build, he should now become such a beautiful soul that it builds the bridges among all the relationships. And he realized that let me from this time on create a sacred ground where the divine will manifest from here on. And it came to realization that the Kama Shakti is the same energy that unites Shiva and Shakti as well. And in that moment, he transcended that phase of life. And that became a moment of liberation from him in that space. And when his realization completely ripened, जब संपूर्णता से उसके अंदर वो ज्ञान आ गया, the tree released him. Its thorn turned into flowers, flowers of fire, burning yet fragrant. And this time Sorin was not burning with it. Sorin did not just broke, अपने आप को तोड़ नहीं दिया. Sorin awakened. So this also gives us a understanding that even in that space you can awaken. Even in the toughest of the time of our lives we can awaken. And that's how he could realize, and that secret that he could learn. So the only thing that when these kind of information was passed on to us, at least we are not dead, we are not thrown onto that. Might be these situations of our life that we are in right now. You choose to live powerfully here also, treating every bond that you have as a sacred bond. And always remember, like, do not pluck that flower of love for a moment of pleasure and leave the person bleeding out there in their lives. Rather, always, always, always take care of everything that has been given to you. Then I would like to tell you one thing. Like last night, I was speaking to, and not last night, yesterday in the afternoon, I was speaking to someone, and I said, if you are a son of a king or a daughter of a king, how would you feel? How would you dress yourself? How would you look? How would you behave? And of course, they said, oh, so I was talking to a jeweler anyway. So that's why I was talking in that language. So उसने कहा क्या, if I was the son of a king, I would always adorn myself with a lot of ornaments and feel like the king and I feel like I own everything. I said, how wonderful. If you just a son of a king, you feel like that. How would you feel if you are the son or the daughter of the God itself? Now, how would you dress yourself? How would you talk? How would you behave? You know how would you talk? How would you behave? You know that if you are the son or daughter of God? हेलो पूछ रहा हूं, जानते हो नहीं जानते? राजा के बेटे हो, राजा के बेटी हो तो सज धज के घूमोगे। भगवान के बेटे या बेटी हो तो कैसे रिएक्ट करना चाहिए, कैसे जीना चाहिए? पता है, लेकिन करते हो क्या? नहीं करते। क्यों नहीं करते? क्योंकि मानते नहीं हो, because you don't believe that. You believe more in the numbers of that shows in your bank account, but you never believe in the numbers that you cannot see. But this day on declare that whether I am that divine or not, but I am its son and daughter. मान लो और उसी तरीके से जियो. And I keep on saying, no, like Deepika ji, like when a small little kid is playing with a mobile phone or might be something, whatever it is playing with, whatever it is playing with, it does not, it always does a better job than us. It's not that they are absolutely smarter. No, they are fearless. Why are they fearless? Because they are not looking at it as some software or something else. They just know that कुछ नहीं होने वाला. So out of that fearlessness, they play. हम क्या करते हैं? हम डरते हैं. And that's why we cannot even use the entire things that is available in our phones. But they can. Why? They can play with the phone, they can play with that because they have a faith and a belief that कुछ हुआ तो भी मेरा बाप है. I am using this word, sorry for my language. तो कह सकते हैं मेरी माँ है ना? So it plays fearlessly and finds beauty in it, creates magic out of it. आपका बाप नहीं है क्या? अगेन सॉरी फॉर माई लैंग्वेज. आपकी माँ नहीं है क्या? सो व्हाई आर यू सो स्केर्ड? Play your life, knowing that if anything happens, it is there to take care. Can't we have this small little belief in the one who has created us? Are we so detached from it that we cannot feel it anymore? संसार के सारे चीजों को सच मान लेते हो, हर दर्द को सच मान लेते हो. यू एक्सेप्ट एवरीथिंग इन दिस वर्ल्ड एज ट्रू. बताओ एक चीज है संसार का जो आपको झूठ लगता है. भगवान झूठ लगता है. मीन्स the creation looks true to me, the creator looks like a dream. You never deny this world, but you deny that divine. क्या हुआ है? What has changed in us? Faith. I want to dance in everything now. Hmm? So how are you going to, at least अब तो जाग जाओ. एटलीस्ट हमारे लिए जाग जाओ कि भाई सोचो, लाइक इफ somebody has left that place for you, एटलीस्ट कुछ तो करो. आई फील लाइक राजनी जी, आई फील लाइक वो होता है ना कि वो, अब तो आपने देखा होगा रोड के साइड में बैठ के अल्लाह के नाम पे देते, भगवान के नाम पे देते. सो मुझे भी वैसा ही लग रहा है कुछ। आई एम डूइंग द सेम थिंग सिटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, सिंग अरे भाई अब तो जाग जा, कम से कम शिव के नाम पे जाग जा, कृष्ण के नाम पे जाग जा, राम के नाम पे जाग जा। अरे जाग जा भाई जाग जा। मैं भी वही बोला, वो राम के नाम पे दे दे, सीता के नाम पे दे दे, हनुमान के नाम पे दे दे। तो बड़े ढीठ हो तुम लोग। मतलब सोचते हो देने के लिए लेकिन देते नहीं हो। माइंड कम्स इन टू प्ले अगेन एंड अगेन एंड अगेन एंड अगेन। अच्छा मांग क्या रहा हूं आपसे, आपसे आई एम जस्ट आस्किंग फॉर योर ओन फ्रीडम, और कुछ नहीं चाहिए मुझे। आई एम सेइंग दैट लिव इन दिस वर्ल्ड एंड लिव एब्सोल्युटली फ्री। टेक केयर ऑफ एवरीथिंग दैट इज देयर, yet absolutely free of everything. मुश्किल है ना? जब भी ये मुश्किल आए, लाइक वेन एवर यू थिंक दैट इट इज डिफिकल्ट, आई एम गिविंग यू अ ब्यूटिफुल वे टू कम आउट ऑफ दैट। क्या करना? जस्ट फॉर ए मोमेंट क्लोज योर आइज। क्लोज योर आइज। इमेजिन कर सकते हो ना? इमेजिन यू आर सिटिंग ऑन द हॉर्स। अब समझ में आ गया, कुछ लोग हंसने लगे, बोले अच्छा पता है अब क्या होने वाला है। So if you know that, you already got the hint what I'm going to speak. आप घोड़े पे बैठे और घोड़ा is dwindling, like the road is not good, just like your life, right? That's not in your control. You're dwindling out. ना सामने देखना कोई रेड स्कार्फ डाल के चल रहा था, and suddenly that muffler, that scarf, when you are the most fearful, you look at it and suddenly you see the muffler has disappeared and all that you can see is a jatajoot. And you see he is holding the rein of the horse. वो घोड़े का जो रस्सी है ना वो पकड़ के चल रहा है आपके सामने। And it crosses you. That would be enough, I believe. Open your eyes. All that you need is a horse and to close your eyes. And then you will see the one who is carrying you will automatically change itself. And that moment would be a moment, oh, तू वहां भी है। डिफिकल्ट है। It reinforces that faith in that instance. And trust me, my dear, you will not imagine. Rather, you will live that moment through my eyes. उतना दे सकता हूं मैं आपको। At least you will feel like, okay, so what I experienced in that moment, you experience that in yourself. I think that's a beautiful way of coming out of all these things. So, shall we meditate? How about meditating on a horse today? Now, people would say, like, you are truly funny. I would say, is that wrong? What kind of divine do you like to join with? One who is very serious and divine? Or the one who is playful and divine? मैंने क्या कहा शशि जी? जिनको नरक जाना है जाने दो, लेट देम गो टू हेल। हमें अपना द्वार मिल गया है, वो भी घर का। सो लेट्स वॉक देयर ना, एंड इफ यू आर गोइंग होम यू शुड बी हैप्पीली गोइंग देयर। व्हाई ऑल सैड फेस? So let's do a small little meditation today. And I want to tease Haribhai here today that today I only completed 1 point and I said that I'll be completing max. So Haribhai, whatever you want to do, you do. But you, वो कहते हैं ना, तुम घोड़े को पानी तक ला सकते हो, पिला नहीं सकते. सो आप मुझे सेशन में लाके बिठा सकते हो, लेकिन बोलूंगा वही जो मुझे बोलना है. तो अब कितने सेशन चलेंगे इसके, वो आप काउंट कर लो. So shall I start the meditative process? A very simple meditative process that would cleanse us. Because कभी कभी हमको लगता है ना कि there have been knots, there have been might be my some karmic things that are holding me back at certain places. So let's do that. Let's clear that also. Let's use that energy. Let's use that divine power that's within us to heal our own selves. Shall we? Okay. चलो थोड़ा अंधेरा कर दो. बेचारी साक्षी कुछ नहीं कर सकती. छत पे बैठी है लग रहा है. कोई लाइट ऑफ नहीं कर सकती. हाँ, बट यू कैन टेक हेल्प ऑफ समवन इन दिस रूम. कहाँ गए वो दिखाई नहीं दे रहे अभी मुझे. हाँ, यू कैन आस्क विद्या जी टू डार्कन द स्काई अ लिटिल बिट. शी हैज दैट पावर, शी कैन डू इट. हमारे सामने कभी कभी बादल ज्यादा हो जाते हैं, धूप ज्यादा हो जाते हैं, तो हम याद कर लेते हैं उनको और बोलते हैं थोड़ा विद्या जी देख लो, और इमीडिएटली सब कुछ बदल जाता है. Why does it look like okay? सो इवन सुनील जी, जब हम ये इधर थे, कैलाश में थे, तो बारिश होना शुरू हुआ. अचानक हमें शिव याद नहीं आया, हमें विद्या जी याद आए. तो घोड़े के ऊपर बैठते बैठते बोले कि अरे विद्या जी थोड़ा बारिश देख लो, क्या भिगा के घर भेजोगे. Suddenly in that moment the rain stopped within a fraction of few seconds, not even minutes. अरे प्रभु, बड़ी कृपा है आपकी. Okay. So please close your eyes. बिल्कुल शांत और स्थिर चित्त से I'm going to give you four four words, and you will chant these four words for few minutes. And these four words are Om Satyam Suddham Shivoham. I am truth, I am pure, I am Shiva. These words come from our Puranas, where they have given these as the mantras in a simplified way that anyone can use and transcend that space. So, क्या कहना है? Om Satyam Suddham Shivoham. So, you can chant it within yourself. And I will just chant it for a few more times so that it's easy for all of us. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. 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 While you keep chanting this, it should be a realization that may I realize my truth. May I become so pure of all my deeds and karmas that I become the absolute Shiva himself. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. Slowly allow yourself to absolutely melt into that words. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. After every chant, just allow that to completely disappear and completely become you. And then you can begin again. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. And as with every repetition that you do of this mantra, it's like something is reappearing for you. You might even experience as if you are slowly falling, and yet there are hands that are ready to hold you. When you are falling, there are these divine hands that appear to hold you up. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. As this has created the base for us, I will do a meditative guidance which will walk you through and help you cleanse the past karmic accounts. Now, imagine that you are walking into a deep forest. And in this deep forest, all the trees that you are surrounded with are tall, their roots are very, very ancient, and the silence that is all around you in that space might be a little scary, might be a little frightening, because you have never been so silent. And in this space of this deep forest, and as you're walking, you could see that the path is glowing with light. आप जैसे जैसे चल के आगे जा रहे हो वहां पे अपने आप रोशनी आ रही है. And this light is leading you to confront two shadows. दो तरीके के ऐसे चीजों के सामने आपको लेके जा रही है. And in that space, when it is taking you to confront to such things that you are not even aware of, you just stand there. Because these are the shadows that live deep inside your soul. So before you confront, what you also find is you have also arrived at a massive tree which is covered with thorns, and the thorns are as sharp as lightning and thunder. This is the tree of uncontrolled desire and lust. But when you are standing in front of it, ask, where have I used another soul as an object? Where have I let my desires blind my truth? ऐसे कौन कौन से जगह या परिस्थितियां थी जिसमें मैंने लोगों से फायदा उठा लिया था. I took advantages. So while you remember that, absolutely see those moments to appear as dark knots of energy in your chest. अगर ऐसा कोई भी स्थिति या परिस्थिति आपको याद है तो आप ऐसा देखें कि वो एक काला गांठ की तरह, लाइक इट हैज बिकम लाइक ए ब्लैक नॉट in your heart or in your chest. Now, again, once you chant the mantra, what you will notice is this time you are not doing the mantra with a mala, but this time with every chanting, you will release a knot in your chest. Slowly, slowly, as you chant, these situations, these karmic accounts, these karmic bondings will slowly be severed, will slowly be moved out, will slowly be cut down. So chant Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. And as you chant, you see as if you are opening one knot from your heart. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. 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 And as you are chanting every time and the knots are opening, your heart, your entire body, your chest will slowly feel relaxing further and further and further. Every knot on the name of Shiva, every knot is disappearing. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. And as these knots are opening up, you could see that tree in front is actually taking away and it is absorbing all your past karmic accounts within it. And then once it absorbs, it is burning them. Simply allow all those negativity to burn down. Just sit there. You can continue chanting and allowing your all those dark thoughts, all those limited beliefs, give it away to the divine. Now, slowly and silently, just within yourself, you can say, I honor this place of sacred love. My desires transform into divine energy. Om. And now you also say, my desires again transform into divine energy. Om. And you can say, like, from my past karmic accounts, from my cravings, from my desires, and you are filled with compassion. Take a deep breath while your eyes are still closed. And as you are in this space, you can feel your chest and heart becoming lighter. And in this moment, as you feel lighter and lighter, allow a soft golden light and this soft golden light is slowly merging in you, and the entire darkness that was there within you disappears. And finally, again, you can thank the divine for bringing this understanding to me. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. With this, you can slowly open your eyes whenever you are comfortable. Before that, just rub your both hands slowly and keep it on your face while experiencing the heat and the energy that is flowing through your hands. Absorb that completely. And then slowly open your eyes when you are comfortable. Allow this chant to run throughout the day as much possible until you forget it. So what's the mantra for this day? Om Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. Satyam Shuddham Shivoham. So chant it as many times as possible. Does not need to be done outside. It can still run within you, and this will help you with calming down yourself, reminding you who you are, and cleansing you at the same time. So, with this, I would like to stop this here today, yet asking the question again, can you see the door? So, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of my journey. Har Har Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev. Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi. बोल राधा रमन लाल की जय। और हर जग पे प्यार बरसाने